spider, serpent, whatever you want to call it, takes its final steps towards this crystal that was formed from the thing that you're currently hanging for your life from, and consumes it. The place goes pitch black. You completely lose sight of it and can only hear scurrying underneath this gigantic bell overhead. And then a voice calls all through the city. Now, who dares infiltrate my home? Come to my tomb and get what you've come for. Ilyana, you hear it heading back down the steps into this now opened passageway. And it is now Aiken's turn. Aiken, you heard this like incorporeal voice come to you.
Did all the lights go out, like even near us?
No, just in the central area. I mean, there's still no lights. It's just like these green.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna close the remaining distance on this guy. Is he like still on the ground? What's he doing?
Yeah, oh yeah, he's. I mean, he's in bad shape.
I'm gonna come up to him and then put my foot on his chest. And
When you come over to him, he turns and just tries to elbow you in the back of the head, and misses horribly.
Also has disadvantage if that wasn't magical, based on the enemy.
Okay, the second roll was better, but still not good.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Is he like on his stomach or like?
So
how's he on the ground?
He comes up, tries to throw an elbow, misses, and then just grabs his leg in pain, and he's sort of now on his side, holding his bleeding leg.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick him on his stomach and then put my boot on his pierced leg, not on the arrow. Don't mess that up. I'm gonna say, "What is the fastest way out of this city? I will leave you with your life." So I put my war pick to his throat.
He just looks like, "The one will have you now. You cannot escape. Not without appeasing her."
Well, we'll go ahead and decide from there. Tell me the fastest way now. And I push my boot on his leg even more.
There's no way. Not for one like you.
There has to be. Your life depends on it.
How did you get here? Do you think you're climbing that chute? There's no way out.
It's your final answer. I put my war pick behind his neck. Or, yeah, on the back of his neck.
If I... Kill me if you want, it won't change the truth. I'm telling you. The best knowledge I know. There is no escape from here. Not without the one. He is the only way out.
The one?
Yes. Didn't you hear it? It called to you. Go or die. And he spits on you.
I'm gonna wipe his spit up, and I'm gonna grab him by his shirt. Is there any buildings around?
Yeah, you're like in an alley.
I'm gonna drag him like from the back of his shirt behind me, and then throw him on the side of a house, and then just knock him out. I don't want to kill him.
Oh, that was nice of you. It doesn't take much in his.
Before I do, I'll say, I'll let you keep that arrow, and I knock him out.
Okay. You are able to do so easily. That will bring the end of your turn, however, which does bring Talum up. You see
That
Callie
voice.
is just out of her mind scared now. She's like,
You
oh my
came
God.
here for nothing.
Oh my God.
Salem came here for you. He has what he wants. He wishes to leave now. What is this voice? Go. Did you hear it?
Oh, I heard it.
It's
I agree. It's time to go.
it's her. It's him. It's them. It's what they created. The one.
Aiken, kind of like low shout. We need to leave now. Come to us and we leave.
As you're like having this conversation, Callie is just beside herself and just grabs you and says, "You don't understand. There's no leaving now. It controls the tunnels. It controls the Underdark itself. It twists the caverns. It turns them. We're dead." She's like, "Let's go," and just like grabs her head.
I'm gonna like kind of grab her by the shoulder. Callie, Talon knows you are scared. You've been hurt. You must think. There is some way out of here that you know. Think. Be calm.
It's not that. It's the way. It's blocked. It's controlled. This demigod can change the tunnel systems. You don't understand. We either go to it or die. They gave it an offering. They must really want us dead. And now we have to go to it. We have to convince it not to kill us. Or maybe Jag looks you up and down. No, never mind.
Say what you're thinking, Callie.
I don't even know if it can be killed. But about the I can't go back to what they were trying to make me do. I would rather be dead.
Then I suppose there is only one way to find out. If it bleeds, and I turn over and look at Goal.
We could kill it.
We can kill it.
Little cross campaign action there.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Canon the genres. Kelly, you can come with us, see what happens. Maybe we convince it to let us go. Maybe we kill it. Or maybe you hide.
Or maybe
Sally,
you
I
got
know.
some good information, Egan.
You muted, but
I usually never mute the mic. That's weird. Can I make it back there in time for this conversation, or am I still heading back?
Sure, I'll say you're back at this point.
I would also like to say that I did want to grab Goal's ninja star, or
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go grab it.
just put it in my backpack.
Yeah, I'll say, looking at it, you're a little bit surprised. I mean, this ninja star has the look of something that's well made. And having like clattered through the street here and like kind of half stuck into a building, it is still pretty much pristine, still sharp.
cool.
Yeah, you wonder if Goal makes these himself or if he bought them somewhere. But they're very fancy.
I'll be right back with that info. I'd also like to mention I have Proteus with me. I keep forgetting that that
Yeah,
dude's real.
he's chilling. All right, well, as Tony steps out, then Father T will go to you.
Well, This looks very interesting, and this being has invited me to its lair, promising me something that I want. So I'm gonna hobble my way over there.
Okay, you begin heading in that direction. You do still see Ileana very much hanging for her life over top
yes.
of the.
I'd forgotten about that. Ileana, I'm coming. Don't worry. It's all gonna be okay. Not sure how exactly I'm going to help, but I'm on my way.
Very nice. Okay, so that is Father T's turn. I will say you're able to make it like most of the way there. Going down to the rest of you. I guess we'll skip to Ileana then. Safely? No, not really. I mean, you could try. It doesn't look like it was designed to be climbed, if that's what you're asking. Are you... Okay, so you are holding on to this thing. You're going to just try and peel it off. I mean, it is the thing you're holding. You haven't looked down yet. Looking over your shoulder, pretty high, maybe 5-6 stories. Roll an athletics check.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no problem. You immediately pull yourself back up, and in doing so, you actually are able to like destabilize this a bit. Like you de-seat it from where it was kind of tucked into the ceiling. Yeah. Yeah, it comes off, and actually, as it does, you see that it has like machined holes in it almost. It looks like it was designed to be attached to something. Perhaps not overly surprising to you, considering what you know of it, but it confirms the origins of it. You're quite sure. Well, I mean, it's in your notes. It's one of a number of things that you're looking for.
The dish-shaped one.
Yeah, it's the dish-shaped one. Is that not clear? I feel like it. Wait, let me see. I don't actually have the picture like on hand, but yes. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay, it's circled and labeled question mark, and it says that wannabe has been doctor next to it. That thing, yes. It seems to be illustrated creating a crystal similar to what you've just seen it do. Yes. So anyway, you've gathered it. What do you want to do? Fair enough. You wait at the top. So that's Ileana. We'll bring back up around to Aiken, now rejoining the party with Goal's throwing star regathered.
Said the only way out was through the chosen one item. He said there's no possible way out. He insisted. He swore on his life. I guess not swore on his life, but Do we know that like there's a massive Snyder somewhere?
Callie does, and you've heard
Yeah.
something called to you, but you don't know what it is. No.
Yeah. You guys hear that thing that was spoke to us? Just
The
me.
one, yes.
Yeah, apparently that's the only way out. Without having to fight an army, that is.
Then Talon says, "Let us go meet this one."
I mean, just some drow bozo.
Callie like looks over to you. It's a demigod, I think.
Fair enough. Maybe we can talk reason to him.
Maybe. She just like starts walking.
Talon has never seen demigod before. Like, put my axe on my shoulder. First time for everything.
All right, so you're heading into the town center
I
here.
guess so, man. I guess that's
Okay.
yeah.
I'll say that as you guys are getting there, Father T is able to, through some, work with the surrounding area, eventually gets Ileana down to the ground, basically by helping her scale the wall and also like bringing out a number of like cushiony objects for her to fall on when she eventually does. And we'll say for the sake of brevity that you are all now gathered staring at this sort of quasi decrepit old temple entrance, perhaps. You don't exactly know what to call it, but there's definitely no mechanism by which it moved. And Callie is quick to inform you that this creature can shift the earth in the Underdark and seems to have full and utter control on the surrounding terrain. She says that it was initially some sort of pet of the Chained Oblivion.
We could ask nicely to be let in. Creature, please let us in. I hear you have what I seek.
You just hear, "Nothing's stopping you. Come in."
Oh, is the door still open?
It is.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I thought the door was
no.
closed.
It is open.
Logan, is this the down the spiral stairs into the tomb thing? Is that what you're describing? Okay.
Correct.
that's what I thought. Creepy.
Callie starts walking down the stairs.
I immediately walk with her.
She. Okay. Callie looks over to Talum and says, "How did you find me?"
The way Talum seems to do many things, with luck.
Oh,
We were down here looking for kobold when the drow found us. One of them knew you were here. And I managed to drag these ones with me to save you. Yet, here we are, walking into whatever this is.
which drow told you I was here?
Just wasn't it like one of the like driders that we
Yes.
saw, or not even a driderness? Was it a drider?
It was a drider, yes.
Earlier, yeah. One of the larger spider women. She saw us when we came in, embraced me, and said that you were here.
Hmm.
Why were they hurting you? What was happening? There is so much Talon does not know.
When I left here, I was supposed to begin my trial to become like the one you describe. But I refused and was able to escape, but it was against my religion, against the religion that was forced on me here. It's a hard thing to explain to someone who's never had such obligations. But Talum, you have to understand, it was like I abandoned my clan.
There is still one left in your clan who's glad to see you. He is with you now.
She just sort of nods and keeps walking down the spiral staircase. Are the rest of you joining in this descent? Sure, roll a religion check.
Can I make the same religion check?
Sure. Actually, uh, I would say that you can roll with advantage, Will, and add your proficiency if you're not proficient, just because you did read a book that's pretty relevant to this sort of information. Yeah, if you ever knew about it, I mean, you've forgotten a lot, presumably, of things that you used to know, and this is probably among the information that you have not yet reminded yourself of.
I get a 15.
Okay, a 15. It is a lesser known deity. You did read about it a little bit, and it is something that interested you from this sort of perverse way. Reading about it, there were a lot of almost clouds about even like discussing it in the book, and it is very briefly mentioned. It is an entity called Tharizdun, or more commonly, the Chained Oblivion. It's this mad deity of death and trickery. It's supposedly the very creature that spawned the making of the Abyss some time ago. Its very dreams spawning these cavernous areas into being. So perhaps unsurprising that pet of this creature could control the cavernous nature of the Underdark as well. Um, you typically have heard of Tharizdun being trapped as well as one of these gods that were fought back against by the great people who built the Omniweaver so long ago. But there are those who say that certain entities were able to avoid this capture. And one that is deep underground could very possibly be a candidate for that. Similar to how this Drow City still exists, you have no idea the exact location or the result of what may have happened to the Chained Oblivion. But as far as general information, you know that it is an extremely ancient entity, uh, very possibly older than like most gods, from what you understand. You think that it had sort of a control of the worlds that comes back a great many eons, harkening back particularly to the age of the Great Old Ones. This god had some sort of direct intervention or influence with them. Some even believe that it was a Great Old One before ascending to this level of godhood that it now resides in. Though there were many years where it had never been heard of, it might go away for 1,000 years in the history. It always seems to creep back up with different odd cult worshippings, some not even realizing what it is that they are prescribing themselves to until it is far too late. But its general lore and creation and belief system basically all centers around uncovering, restoring, and exalting forgotten shrines and ancient catacombs, offering and siphoning power to this entity, and ruining and raising realms to prepare for what it calls the Epoch of the End. There you go.
Badass.
So not probably a good guy.
No, no. Very, very
All right.
not.
Okay, gotcha. Like BBG level of evil.
I mean, it's a god.
Yeah.
Thankfully, you're not fighting that thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, what level are we again? All right.
So,
Fortune.
as you begin descending this large spiral stair, it's reminiscent of this wooden platform that descended around Menzo Baranzan, but this one more confined, sort of the same shape, descends into this pit of webbing. There, the stairs sort of eventually partially collapse into a mixture of stone and taut web that continues the spiral into just web all around. There's a sponginess to it and also a stickiness that makes maneuvering quite difficult. And as you descend into this pit, you don't immediately see the entity that called you in. Mhm. Oh, are you any of you producing a light source? Because it is pitch black.
I'm content with my dark vision.
I assume that is not the case for everyone in this party.
Indeed.
Okay. Goal, Aiken, or do you have dark vision?
No, I think I'll start up a torch.
I was
Okay.
gonna say I don't, but I'm kind of inclined to. Is the Steel Defender putting off light? How does he help you see in the dark? Oh, you got it. Got it.
Never trusted Troy.
Unless the single torch that Aiken has is enough, I'm gonna pull out a torch and light it as well.
Sounds good. I mean, I guess it's, somewhat debatable whether you think it's enough, but 2 torches is certainly more light than 1.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead.
Okay. As
As
you
we're
all... Go ahead.
as we're descending down, I don't know about the rest of you. I think we're starting at the same health that we were at, last month, whenever we came out of the pit, right? We never rested or anything.
Nope.
Yeah. So, I made a healing potion, but I put a question mark next to it because I think I rolled so-so on it.
Mhm.
I'm
I
going
remember.
I'm going to drink that healing potion.
Okay.
Did we
Uh,
level up? I thought we leveled up to 4.
I have that we're level 4, but I didn't have that we healed or anything.
Oh yes. So you get the effects of a long rest upon leveling up.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
then I do not.
because I noticed on my sheet that it said level to 4, and I was like, great, I didn't level up. It's only been like a month. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I just wanted to point that out because that's what we normally do, right?
Yeah.
Long
Yeah.
rest for the.
Yeah,
level. Okay. Cool.
I forgot. I was like, man, that's surprising. I didn't let them heal, but no, I did let you heal, kind of. You didn't level up to level 4 because you should do that.
Yeah, I did, but I left all my hit point because I track every time I lost hit points. I use that whole box to put -16 equals this, -5 equals
Do
this,
the math.
so I can
Yeah,
track exactly where they went.
Yeah, no, I was just more meaning
Good idea.
Talem said he didn't level up, and I'm thinking might want.
I did now.
I did not
it
level
like
up.
earlier.
But I will do that right now.
Okay. Well, you can figure out your leveling up. I'm gonna get myself some water.
I'm gonna get water as well. Be right back.
Okay, I will level up right after I get back because I have laundry to dry.
Yeah. Oh boy. Feels good to be DMing again.
I bet. Trying to figure out a good feat to take because I didn't level up.
Yeah, I thought about that as well. I just went ahead and did the stat increase instead. Oh, I don't know who.
Are we all back? Will, maybe?
Guess Will's gone still. Charger's kind of a cool feat.
Oh yeah,
Maybe I'll
that's
pick
pretty
that
cool.
at some point. Kind of barrel in there and. Oh, that's right. Yeah. I like that.
I use that a
Sentinel's
lot.
Insane.
Yeah, dude, it's super helpful, especially like if you can use that extra attack. Like that's awesome. Yeah. My stats weren't like killer, so I just went to stat increase anyways. You know, pretty. It's a good idea.
I just took my main feat that I need, my dexterity, and boosted it by 2. I
Yeah, that's a
believe.
good idea too.
I didn't see anything under feats that I was just like in love with. So
Yeah.
Doesn't Tasha's Cauldron or whatever, doesn't that have more feats in it as well? I need to check that out.
Yeah.
In fact,
There's some good ones. That's true. Yeah, I always feel weird, like, especially in a long campaign, I feel like feats are less good because in the end, ability score improvements are even better in long campaigns. I don't know why I feel that way, but I feel like, like you level up your skill to like 20, like the long term benefits of that are insane because you get +5s on tons of rolls.
yeah,
But I don't know.
they're less sexy though.
That's true.
And I don't know about you guys, but I played this game for the sexy, so.
Mm.
Okay, sorry. Dude, there's a chef feat. What?
Yeah.
I know what I'm taking.
Amazing.
All right. Are we all ready to go?
Ready, Freddy.
William?
I am ready to go.
That's all I need to hear. All right. We pick back up as you are descending through this webbing into some sort of nest where this thing lives. With the 2 torches burning, you're able to see a number of tunnels, outcroppings that seem to extend from this central area that you can imagine it's somewhat serpentine body crawling through. And it gives you this horrific feeling that it could be anywhere around you. And this feeling is worsened as you hear an echoing voice from above, behind, below, all around you. It seems to bounce and echo, sourceless, but without a doubt coming from the creature you seek. It says, "So you come to my town to take one of my own, thinking I'll just let you leave? It was right for them to call me. I'll enjoy feasting on your corpses."
I'm gonna look at Goal and Aiken. And I'm gonna like gesture to the spider web, like the torches, and then the spider webs that are kind of everywhere.
I have a little head tilt, but don't lock eye contact.
say that again, Tony.
I'm gonna just nod my head at Taylum.
Yeah, I'll do the same, and I'll gesture towards Aiken as well. Same.
Ali, I'm afraid this will have to be your last chance. I'll take you back once more, but your punishment will be extended. You see Callie kind of like quiver as she takes a step back. And Callie, all of a sudden realizing the gravity of the situation, looks over to any of you who have like weapons visible and like reaches out, like hoping that someone can arm her.
I've got a dagger I can give her and 4 javelins.
Okay. Yeah, she'll take anything. She takes the dagger, holds it backwards. Okay. There's no response in Senti. You're not sure if it understood you or not. But it is about then that I need you all to roll perception checks. These are hearing based. I think that might matter for you, Talon.
What's
Not
that?
sure though. These are hearing based. I feel like you said something at one point about being good at hearing things. Maybe not.
I think
Or smelling.
it was
maybe?
kind of a fluffy thing. It was just like I just was doing it for flavor. Like it wasn't an actual mechanic or anything like that.
Gotcha.
I rolled a 17. And I'm going to give Callie my short sword
I got a 21.
if she wants to.
Oh, yeah, she'll take short sword for sure. She takes dagger in one hand, short sword in the other.
I'm gonna stick 2 javelins in the ground, like in the middle, for anyone who wants to grab them and use them, including Cal.
Cool. What was the highest perception one?
I had 21.
Sorry, what was yours, Tony?
21.
21. At the last second, you're all sort of like gathered around, almost like back to back in this sort of like clutched huddle. And Aiken, this almost like spidey sense goes off as he just like leans his head back, pulling his bow up at the ready. Aiken, I will say that you have a free action as you see this giant spider snake slowly descending from a tendril of web above you, coming down with its fangs at the ready, seemingly ready to bite someone in your party. You have just a split second to react.
Can I take an action? Or you said I could take an action. Can I take an attack?
Yes.
I would like to do a combat roll out of the way, dropping the torch. And then I would like to shoot an arrow at the tendril at the spider web that he's on. And to drop him out, of his
Sure.
state. Uh, 22 to hit the...
Okay, yes. That I will say that definitely hits the webbing here. Go ahead and roll damage on that.
Uh, 8 total.
8 total damage. You see it hits and the webbing like frays, and for a second you think it's gonna hold, and then snaps. The creature comes hurtling downward. As it does, it just leaps towards you, attempting a retaliatory bite against you. Okay, that's a 14 to hit.
Nope.
Ooh, disaster. Okay, it just and you sort of sidestep as it lands down into the webbing, and as it does, all of its legs seem very adept at handling this web. It sort of like easily perches up on top of it, and it lets out this. And you see from these tunnels around you, two snakes about the size of you guys come curling out, and from underneath, three spiders equally large come crawling through the webbing. And with that, I will need you all to roll initiative.
PK.
TPK.
Don't sound so excited. Yeah, I
That's
know.
true.
I know.
Aiken got a 19.
19 for Aiken.
18 for goal.
18 for
Logan.
goals. Was that a nat 1, Taylor? Oh, Ileana.
I got a
No,
9.
unfortunately, it doesn't matter. Okay.
4 for Father T.
4 for Father T. Okay, I got Aiken, Kelly, Gold, Taylor, and Father T, Ileana. Is that everyone?
I think so.
Great. All right, Aiken, after being the only one to attack so far, you are up once again with your quick reactions here. Feeling good after that first shot, knocked it into its webbing, if nothing else, and gave you a little bit of a heads up on its initial sneak attack. What would you like to do?
Where's it at? Is it mention it did something? Is it still on the ground?
Yeah, so it like fell, and in its fall attempted to bite you.
Yeah.
Missed, and now like landed on the webbing. It's like perched up on the webbing. You know, it seems like very natural the way that it walks across the web, not like the way you guys are struggling, kind of like peeling yourself through it.
Yeah. So it's within like melee range, you would say for sure. Or is it?
You probably have to take a couple of steps toward it if you want to be in melee. It's just outside of like direct melee range.
That's right. Would grabbing the torch and throwing it not at the creature but at the webbing be some sort of like full action, or could it be movement?
I mean, you have the torch in your hand right now, so I would say you can just like drop it if you just want to hit the webbing with it.
Yeah, because I don't, I still want to shoot it. Well, not shoot it. I just want to get the fire going.
Yeah, it's typically considered a free action to like drop an item, so I would say you can just like throw your torch down into the webbing.
Yeah, I would like to do that to try to light the webbing on fire. And then after, in one swift motion, I'm going to put my bow on my back and then grab my war pick and then just completely just haul it in.
Okay, very
that
nice.
thing.
In that case, I will have you roll percentile die as you drop the flame into the webbing to see how much of an impact it has.
Other one. There it is. Add 26.
Okay. So you see as it sits there, it like singes the web. The web doesn't look super flammable, but you do start to see the flame like licking up the sides of the webbing. Looks like it may eventually spread through to more of the webbing. And you do see the spiders avoid it very clearly. Looks like they do not like the flames.
Interesting.
So I will say, if all the webbing catches on fire, you don't necessarily have another place to stand. So that might be a threat to even you or your friends. Go ahead and roll
it's
that.
not like a solid ground. It's all webbing.
You are on like a nest of webbing, as far as you can tell. You don't see any solid ground.
Misinterpreted.
Oh, my bad then.
Nice. Let it all burn.
I'll just
Made
fall
the right
through.
choice.
Yeah, I would like to then
Yeah, honestly.
stab that thing with my war pick.
Please do.
Please do.
18.
Yes, 18 hits. You do have some difficulty like pulling yourself through this webbing toward it. You kind of like get some stuck on you. It's like pulling against you. You have to like tear it from your face. But you do just get one big overhead swing down into the creature. You feel it kind of split into the front scaly portion of it.
Cool. Wow. Okay, that is 8 damage.
Okie dokie.
A lot of 8s today.
Not bad.
Is the
Definitely.
spider, right?
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
Okay, so that was Aiken at the top. Anything's a bonus action, Aiken? Or I guess you kind of dropped the thing, and yeah, you're
Yeah.
good. You're good.
Would,
Uh,
with Proteus, could I, like at the end tonight, could I possibly like get a not a data sheet, like a stat chart? Because there's a lot of animal companion things that I can do.
Yeah, I think. Let me see. I feel like there was like a section that I was looking at one time. It was like a dog familiar. Hmm. I mean, I would just say you can function as like a dog. I mean, or is like a stat block for just like a dog? I don't know.
Okay.
There's a stall hound. That's a monster, though, I guess.
A wolf.
How about this mastiff? This looks good.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think there's a mastiff familiar in the back of the player's handbook.
There you go. Boom. You got it now.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
That is all I will do.
Okay, great. All right. Callie stands, kind of like peels some of this webbing off, grabs one of these javelins, and just chucks it at one of the incoming snakes that's sort of slithering her direction. Boy, rolled a 2 plus 3. Definitely not going to cut it there. So it throws it wide and then sort of like ducks down in the webbing, pulling the short sword and the dagger at the ready, kind of trying to be as defensive as possible. Which brings us to goal.
What was Aiken going after?
The main creature.
The main dude.
Yes.
Then I think in a kind of maybe I overreacted type of action, I'm gonna throw a throwing star at that the one.
Okay.
$16 to hit.
Yes, 16 does indeed hit. It pierces through the scales of the creature.
Okay. I'm gonna say the star just goes zinging past Aiken. Not too close, but just close enough. And if he looks back at me, I'm just gonna give him a wink and a nod. That is gonna do 5 points of damage.
5 points. Very nice. That is not math. There we go. Did it. Okay, so that is your action. Anything is a bonus action there, goal. You're not currently in melee range, but you could close for an unarmed strike if you'd like.
Yeah, if I'm within 40 feet, I'm gonna close and do 2 unarmed strikes.
Yeah, it is difficult terrain, so you'd have to do within 20 feet, but you are, so no problem.
Okay, that works.
So you're blowing a key point then?
Say that.
Because you only get one unarmed strike, I believe. For free.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, no. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna follow it up with. I'm gonna charge Pat Aiken, and do like a Superman punch. Where I'm just gonna jump up and just punch down at it.
Okay.
That is a 19 to hit.
Also hits.
And 5 points of damage.
Nice. All right. It is now this creature's turn. And looking up towards the two of you that are now within melee range of it is going to use its web attack as it just sort of like rears back. You see it's like spindly web shooter blasts this webbing all over you. Go ahead and roll strength saving throws, both of you.
13.
Oh, 2.
Okay. You are both entrapped in its webbing, and it is going to come up and take. No, actually. Yeah, it is. It's going to go ahead and go for a bite attack on to Goal, who looks like the more melee focused of the two of you now that you are restrained. Bite attack onto Goal. Ooh, quite good. 19 to hit you, Goal.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Beautiful. I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw against poison.
7.
7 is a failure. You are going to take 11 points of piercing damage, as well as 14 points of poison damage. And you are poisoned for 1 minute. During this minute, you are paralyzed until, and then at the end of each of your turns, you can attempt to once again get over this poisoning
Both
effect.
poison, yeah.
No, just him. Just the one who got bit. Yeah, you're just restrained. All right, and then it is going to. Actually, I think it'll stay in melee range of you for now, and just hang out. And that brings up Taylor.
Was Goal carrying a torch at that moment? Like, I don't think he dropped the torch, right?
Yeah, no, I held my torch. So I threw my star, and I'm charging with this torch, and I jumped up and did my Superman punch. But if I'm paralyzed, that means I can't grip the torch. That means I dropped it.
I would say that you can still probably, like, since you're already holding it, you're, like, paralyzed holding it.
Kind of frozen.
So you're still...
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm still standing.
Yes.
Just not able to really do a whole lot.
Right.
Okay, then I am going to approach them, I guess, where they're at. And if I can, using a bonus action, I'd like to grab his torch and just, like, chuck it at the feet of this creature in the webbing, basically.
Okay.
Kind of drop, basically, and then just drop it, you know? Like, it's all web, right? So I'd like to do that.
Are you throwing it at the creature? Or just at the web?
No, I was just going to throw it at the web that it's basically standing on. Just kind of, like, chuck it in that direction so that it lights underneath it, and it has to move away from us, hopefully.
Okay.
That's the idea, at least.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for that attack.
Okay, so it will be an attack to do that?
Yes.
All right.
I mean, it's not like you're just dropping a torch. You're, like, grabbing a torch, throwing a torch.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Okay, cool. And then I guess I don't know the mechanics of rage very well. Like, if I rage and I throw a torch at a spider web, am I still going to be raging, or am I just going to be like, eh?
Yeah, I'd say it's good enough for an attack.
Okay.
You know.
All right, cool. And I will go ahead and rage. And that's going to be 16.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Well, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead and roll a percentile die.
Okay. Right. Okay. 65.
Okay. So you see as the flames kick up around it, the spider immediately, like, rears back and then, like, dives through the flames at the paralyzed Goal here. It is going to use its reaction to use its wrap. Moving forward, it starts picking up the webbing and wrapping it around Goal's paralyzed body, further restraining him, and then lifting him onto its back as it, like, skitters away.
As it does any of this, do I get, like, any attacks on it or anything?
Yeah, so both you and Aiken would get attacks of opportunity.
Okay. Also, yeah, go ahead.
Since I'm restrained, would I get one? Since I'm, like, caught in its web?
You have disadvantage. Yes.
Okay. I will do that. I'll still do it.
I think I'm gonna. Let's see.
9.
I should have asked this before. while it was my turn and I entered combat, if I go into a frenzy, I can use my bonus action to make an attack. Could I have done that like with the torch action? Does that make sense? Or is that too like weird? You know what I mean? Like,
What yeah.
oh, good point. Yeah. Touche. All right. Makes sense. Good call. This is why I asked you guys, because you know. Dude, I ask it every game. Every
It's only session 9. We'll get there.
eventually. It's consistency, guys. Consistency. I rolled a 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Aiken, was yours a 9, did you say?
Yep.
Yeah, that's not it.
Bad.
16 points of damage.
Oof. Nice. I'm assuming you included your rage damage.
I did, actually. I remembered to do that this time.
Very nice.
For the first time. Yeah.
All right. So that brings up Father T.
Full frozen.
Sorry, I can never get my microphone to unmute correctly. I've been mainly a passive player in combat this far, but it's time to invest myself and lend a helping hand here. I believe Gaul is still poisoned, correct?
Gold is poisoned, restrained, and on the back of this creature.
And I believe. Okay, so it would. What would it take to like unrestrain him? Like, is that an action to attempt that?
You would have to destroy the webbing that is currently, holding him. It doesn't look very strong, the webbing that's attaching him to the body of the spider.
Okay. It's literally on the page I was looking for. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast. I'm going to slam my staff on the ground to activate it, and this swirling black energy coalesces at the top between these two gyroscopic rings. And as I do so, I'm going to cast Sacred Flame at where the torch has started to fire on the floor. It's almost like someone hit fast forward on the fire as it just briefly expands to like coalesce most of the room. And I'm going to try and like burn away that webbing before it recedes back to where it was, and sort of boomerangs back.
Okay. So are you targeting the webbing at
I'm
the feet?
targeting
or...
the webbing that is keeping it all restrained.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for that attack.
That is. Oh, sorry. The webbing needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, it fails.
Alright, then it is going to take 7 points of radiant damage.
Okay. 7 points as you just call down this energy. You see the flame like expand in this weird radiant arc, and it cuts Goal from the body of this creature, and Goal just kind of like falls paralyzed into the webbing below.
He's paralyzed as well.
Yep.
I thought he was poisoned. Okay.
He's poisoned, paralyzed,
Well, I'm gonna-
and no longer restrained.
Okay. I missed the paralyzed part of it. Just poisoned and restrained.
Yeah,
I'm
no
gonna
worries.
hobble my way over to him, and I can't do anything else for him this turn.
Okay. All right. At which point, it is finally the spider's turns as they like crawl up through the webbing, avoiding the flame as best they can. They sort of go toward the outskirts of the currently burning area, and I think that one is going to go attack the paralyzed Goal here, which will give advantage, which is still probably not going to hit. No, yeah, it doesn't hit you. Uh, the one next to it is going to go for an attack on Father T. Well, it's much better. 18 to hit you, Father T.
Yeah, that will absolutely hit.
Okay, that is 4 points of piercing damage from the bite that kind of buries into your shin here. Go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw.
13.
Okay, 13 does succeed. So no further complications there. The final of the spiders is going to go up behind Ileana, who seemed a little bit late to react in this combat, and attempt to go for a bite attack onto her. Does a 13 hit you, Ileana? Unfortunate. All right, at which point it is the two snakes' turns, and they have both descended down from these caverns extending from the walls and move through the webbing with relative ease for a snake. I'm pretty surprised about that. And they are both going to collapse in on Callie here, both going for actually one's going to go for a bite and one is going to attempt to restrain her or constrict her, I should say. However, she is not constricted. She sort of like fights out of it, swings the sword, and doesn't hit, but definitely keeps it at arm's reach, I should say. The other one with the bite attack does hit Callie, however. And you see it just sort of like clamps down on Callie's shoulder, tearing through the furs that you'd given her, Taylum. Like just sticking jaw, like, almost like more than, you should be possible for any creature, as snakes are like to do. Just clamped, jaw sticking into her shoulder blade here. Very lucky that you were able to get some bandaging done to her, because she is looking rough once again. That is the snake's turns, finally bringing up Ileana at the very bottom of the order. It's moved maybe 15 feet from you, avoiding the flames and whatnot, but still pretty close. There is fire between you two, though. One spider just approached you, tried to nip you. Okay. I rolled the same thing both times, and it is an 18. All right, great. That is 6 points of piercing damage, and I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw, please. Okay, 12 is actually just enough to succeed. So you feel this poison like course through you from the quick bite. It like quickly infects you, and you feel like your heart like almost like tighten for a second, but it doesn't have any significant effects on you. You kind of shake it off as you're able to step out of its range. Mm. Okay, it's going to be a 12 and a 14 respectively. Okay, great. You're cutting out a little bit there, Garrick. Oh, you're good. Oh. You sound good now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow, nice, cool. And then no effect on my snake spider. Great. He sure did. Yeah, definitely agile in these webs still, which is good. Yes. Okay. Oh yeah, that hits. Whew. Nice. Yeah, that spider's looking pretty rough and covered with acid, so you assume that it is not long for this world. Perfect. Bringing us back to the top with Aiken once again.
Yeah. Where are the two large snakes at?
They are currently surrounding Callie. They seem to have honed in on the other drow in the vicinity.
Okay. I would. I would like to do a know thy enemy on the big spot on the big Schneider.
Okay.
I rolled a 6. I've rolled 3 2s in a row. So I'm,
And so you have to be challenged
Yeah.
plus 8. Yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
more than that. Well, I guess obviously because 8 is more than
okay.
that.
Wow. Anyways, after failing that, I would like to. I'm gonna signal Proteus to like grab one of the snakes and just throw it around and hit it with a bite attack, even though
Nice.
they're huge. And I'd like to take a shot at the really big, the Schneider. But before that, how would I go about lighting my arrows on fire? Like the tips of them.
I mean, there's a fair bit of fire around you now. I would say that you can certainly attempt it. It may result in you burning yourself, but if you're willing to take that chance.
I am.
Okay. In that case, I'll say that you sort of like tear off a piece of cloth, tie it around the head of the arrow, and try and lean down into this burning webbing. Go ahead and roll a dexterity check for me.
That's a little better. Is it just dex stat?
Yeah.
23.
Yeah, okay. No problem. You lean down. It catches as you... It's like you do it in one smooth motion of like catching the arrow, drawing the bow.
Cool. Let's hope it doesn't go to waste. I'd like to shoot gentleman.
The Snyder.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
21.
Yeah, that definitely hits. Buries into the side of the creature.
Total of 7 just piercing damage. Do I add
Okay.
any fire or anything?
Yes. Go ahead and add D4 fire damage to it, and then roll a percentile die.
2 fire damage, so 9 total. And then for the percentile, 21.
Okay, so it sticks in, burns a little bit. You see it kind of like rear back, but there's no like lasting burn effect on it, luckily.
Cool. Can Proteus take that bite attack? Cool.
On the snake, right?
Yeah, just one of them. Ah, jeez. 22.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Okay. Just 5 damage.
Callie looks like surprised but grateful as she's like, kind of going back and forth trying to keep these two at bay. And this little skeletal pup just leaps at one of them, tearing it off of
of Callie.
And
I'll say that-
Snake's be knocked prone. But I feel like that's
I don't think so.
okay. That is an element to the bite.
Okay, yeah. I'll say it, encompassing that the one that was bit onto Callie gets like torn from her. So at least that prevented that. Anything else I can?
I think so.
Perfect. We lost someone. Steven.
Dan? Oh, I'm
Hello?
gonna disconnect real quick.
I lost the call for a second. We good?
All right. We all back? Good.
Yeah, looks like we're all here. Okay. Looks good. Wait.
Wait, is Steven like really quiet for everyone now? What happened?
Am I really? God, America.
Well, you sound a little better now. I don't know.
Can you like right click on me and turn me up or something?
I have you all the way up.
Is it super quiet again?
It's
You sound
it's okay.
normal to me.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'll just shout.
Where was I? Oh yes, Callie. Callie, now freed of her snake that was biting her, is going to go ahead and go for a quick short sword as her main attack, and with a bonus action, use her other light weapon. Gonna miss that attack. The first one is going to hit though, and she's going to inflict 10 points. And she slashes out toward the snake here, helping out with Proteus's damage on that one. And that is her turn. She's definitely not going to remove herself from being in combat with these two. So that'll bring up Goal. Goal, at this point, you start to see in your paralyzed state that the flames that are kicking up are like approaching you slowly. Go ahead and roll to be no longer poisoned.
Constitution saving throw.
Yes, sir.
21.
Okay, yes. So at the end of your turn, you are no longer paralyzed. Quite nicely.
Okay.
But that is your turn, unfortunately. Bringing up my big dog once again. And let's see, what does he want to do? Is anyone in melee range with him? No, right?
Me.
Yeah, you, because you just
Felt
got
like I
pulled up.
was.
I'm right next to Gall.
I definitely struck him on my last turn,
Yeah.
didn't I?
I think he like left your aggro range, is why you struck him though. All right.
Oh, yeah, that's
he'll
right.
he'll go with Father T then. Why not? Mix it up. I never attack Father T. He'll go for a bite attack on you, Father T.
Oh God.
Oh. Yeah, that's like a 25 to hit. I think every time I do attack Father T though, I always hit, guaranteed.
Just
100%.
brutalize him. Yeah.
Sure, I've
Yeah,
been
it's
hit
always
like
just one.
3 times this campaign, but they've all knocked me on my ass.
Well, I hope for one. Well, it's not the greatest damage roll here. It's just gonna be 5 points of piercing. Can you go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw for me?
That is a natural 1.
Oh, perfect. In that case, you are going to suffer some poison damage, which will be 8 points of poison damage, and you are paralyzed for 1 minute. And you can repeat the save at the end of each of your turns.
Yo, this
Am I-
TPK.
Do I have the poisoned condition as well, or was that a different creature that was handing out the poisoned condition?
That's a great question. Let me see. You are both poisoned and paralyzed, but it doesn't matter because once you're no longer paralyzed, you're no longer poisoned.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's a weirdly written creature here. Gotta love homebrew. All right, so that was my big dog's turn. Taylor, your turn.
In this turn, I am going to approach the big dog.
Okay.
Attack him. Oh,
I will say there is some flames at this point that is significantly kicking up in that general vicinity. You can try and go around them, but with how difficult the terrain is, you're not guaranteed to get there. Or you can go through the flames. Your choice.
I go through the flames, my friend. I go through.
Yeah. Well, no surprise there. Going through the flames, you are going to suffer 8 points of fire damage.
Okay, that does suck.
As you
Actually,
you're like burning through, like trying to peel through this webbing. It's like slow, so it's not like you like dive through the flames. It's like you like fight your way through the flames, burning along the way. But you do reach the other side of them and to the spider that is now overlooking an unconscious Father T.
yeah, I'm gonna
Conscious.
just right.
Okay, correct. Sorry.
Gotcha. So I will use my. I'm gonna go into a frenzy and I'm gonna attack him.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think I will do it recklessly. At this point, might as well. Let's put some damage on him. Okay, so it's over 20 to hit,
Hits.
and then I'm gonna attack with my frenzy as well for my bonus action,
Mm-hmm.
and that's reckless as well. So okay, and that's also well over 20. So let's make it happen.
Great.
So the first one is 17 points of damage.
Holy shit! Ow.
Yeah. And the second one, not as well. It's gonna be 9 points of damage. I'm just gonna just kind of like all my strength, maybe partially on fire still.
Yeah. He sees like appear through this burning webbing. Boom, boom, 2 big strikes. Okay, it is not happy at all with that. It is immediately going to use its reaction to just go for a bite attack against you. It has advantage because you attacked so recklessly.
Yes.
Oh, and it's still gonna miss. That's like a 11. It's an 11 to hit you. I assume that will not.
That is correct. It will not hit.
All right. So it is
Can I
out
duck it?
of
Just kinda, like,
reactions.
stoically duck it, and then I'm back. I'm
Yeah,
back in the
perfect.
fight.
Father T, you are paralyzed. Go ahead and roll me another Constitution saving throw for that poisoned effect.
Nope. 2.
Okay, so you are still paralyzed, unfortunately. It is the spider's turns. The one that has acid on it. Go ahead and roll that 2d4 for me. A saucy 2 damage. Okay, it is still hanging in there in that case. It will take its turn to remove the acid from it so it does not die. The other two were they were preoccupied a little bit with Goal. I think that they are going to one attack Goal and miss horribly, and the other one is going to move up and attack Aiken with a bite attack here on Aiken. That is a 14 to hit you, Aiken.
Nope.
Okay. Meanwhile, the 2 snakes, one now being sort of pummeled by Proteus, is going to respond and attempt to bite out at Proteus. That is a 12 to hit Proteus.
No, it's actually no.
Okay. Meanwhile, the other one will focus once again on Callie and once again hit Callie. Okay, as you see, just launch forward, sticks its jaws into Callie's throat here, and she falls unconscious.
Motherfucker. Are we aware of this happening? Like, is there any way?
Not
Like, I'm
even
in a
close.
probably okay. Understood. Yeah.
You're behind flames. You're
Right,
fighting a
I'm
giant
like
monster.
frenzied, like just like yeah. Okay. I buy
so
it.
Callie is unconscious, however, with the snake still biting at her throat. Ileana, it is your turn.
You're good. I can hear you very well.
You sound good, yeah. Okay. No, it doesn't hit, unfortunately. Anything is a bonus action. Okay. Yes. 13 does hit. All right, and that will indeed finish it off as you see the thunder just kind of like punches this thing and kills it. Yeah, very nice. So that'll do it for Ileana. Back up to Aiken at the top.
Nice. Spider.
Spider.
Cool. I think Proteus will keep at that same snake that he's got, locked in his jaw.
Okay.
Just do that real quick. Jeez, man, he's rolling better than me. That's write that down. I think that's another 21, but I could be 20.
Well, that definitely hits.
Cool. You will do. Wow, 8 damage on it.
Wow. Yeah, he just tears and rips at the snake, killing it. And I'll say, sort of, as he does so, he lets out a howl that brings the attention to all of you that Callie is in trouble.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay. The spider in melee range. I'm just gonna shoot it with my bow.
Okay, you
My
will have
long
disadvantage since it is in melee range of you.
I got CQB fighter.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the fighting style of close quarters.
Oh.
So you don't take disadvantage.
Never mind.
What can I say? Jeez. These new dice are the move. That's a 26 to hit.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely gonna hit this little spider. This big spider, I should say.
Where's the larger fella of the spiders?
What?
Okay. Well, 5 damage. Rolled a 1, so.
Okay.
But where's the boss spider at?
The boss spider is still across the flames from you, just about 15 feet in that direction.
Gotcha.
Anything else from you, Aiken?
Trying to see if I can. I think I can try another Know Thy Enemy. It says you can't use it more than once after you successfully do it. What does that mean? If you fail to do it,
Yeah,
you lock out.
No, I would think you can still do it if you fail.
And it's had 2 turns, so I get to add 2. It's a little better. Over 20.
Okay, yeah, that succeeds.
Excellent. I would like to know. Where is it? Detail. The target current and maximum hit points. That's okay.
Its current hit points are 31, and its maximum are 97.
Thank you.
No problem.
That's it for me. I don't have any more.
Cool. So that was Aiken at the top. It is Callie's death save with disadvantage. Okay.
How come
Goal
she
of
has
your turn.
disadvantage? It's the poison.
That would be because there's a snake eating her throat.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, makes sense. That makes sense. Whose turn is it? Goal.
Goal. Yes.
So I am restrained by my wrappings, but I'm not paralyzed anymore, correct?
You are not restrained because Father T freed you.
Oh, Father T cut me open. Okay. Okay, so am I around the backside of the one?
Yeah.
I missed that part. I didn't realize that you freed me.
No worries.
I think I am going to expend a key point, and I'm going to attack with my gem sword, followed by 2 unarmed attacks.
Very nice. On the main bad boy, I assume.
Correct. So for my sword attack, that is a 24 to hit.
That'll work.
Okay. this is the first time I've used that sword today. That'll be 9 points of damage.
Okay.
And a 18,
Also, it's
and then a 12 for unarmed attack.
12 misses.
Okay. So I'm just going to kick at one of the back legs, kind of at a
Nice.
joint where it'd be a painful place to take a swipe. 8 points of damage.
Ouch.
I'm doing some good damage on my unarmed strikes.
You really are. It's sort of like rears back as you hit it in this weak spot. It's definitely not looking in its best shape any longer. Definitely on its last legs. That is Goal's turn, bringing him back up. And he's getting a little nervous. I think it will. Yeah, I think it's going to bite Talum again. And it gets advantage because you attacked recklessly. And that is a natural 20.
That misses.
That is going to be 20 points of piercing damage on you, Talum. Can you go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw? I cannot hear you.
I'm like cracking jokes over here and nobody's laughing.
No.
It's an 8. How's that different than any other day? You said 20 points of damage?
Yes.
All right. That's not good, guys.
And that is going to be 10 points of poison damage. And I need you, or rather, you are paralyzed for the next 1 minute. You get to repeat the save at the end of each of your turns. And Talum, it is now your turn, conveniently. So go ahead and roll that con save again.
All right. Can I roll it recklessly? I'm full of it. All right. That is a 14.
14, very nice. So you are no longer paralyzed, though that is the end of your turn.
Do I fall down as I'm paralyzed, or am I just like standing still, like foaming at the mouth, like paralyzed?
I imagine that, yeah. Like
Okay,
it's just
cool.
sort of like coursing through you, like locking up all your muscles. So that was
That was a
Talum.
beefy hit.
Yeah, natural 20s. The heart. Father T.
9?
No.
Cool.
Unfortunately not. Father T, you also see these flames like slowly spreading to you as you're just paralyzed there trying to figure out how to get out of this situation. It is now the spider's turns. One is going to attack the paralyzed body of Father T and going to hit. That is going to be 5 points of piercing damage onto you, Father T.
I am unconscious and paralyzed and poisoned.
Very nice. Cool. The other spider is going to continue its campaign against Aiken here, and is not going to hit Aiken. So that brings up the final snake, which will stop clamping down on Callie's throat and move on to its next victim, aka this skeleton dog. And it's going to miss too. So that sucks. Ileana, your turn. Garrick? Yeah. Paralysis.
Your old age.
Yes. It can. However, it will go through the fire to get there. All right. He'll take 7 points of fire damage. Mhm. Mhm. Oh yeah, that is 8 points of force. Okay, this thing looks like it's on its last legs. Pardon the pun. All right, so that is Ileana's turn, bringing up Aiken at the top. Once again, you're still in full melee mode, trying to shoot this spider.
Yeah, I think I'll start with Proteus again. He's just gonna bite the other snake. Gonna mix it up a little bit. Oh, that's not that good. I think that's 7 to hit.
No, that doesn't it.
Nice. Anyways, yeah, I'll go ahead and shoot this little spider in front of me.
Okay.
26.
Yep.
Nice. 6 damage.
Okay. You bury another arrow into the spider in front of you. It's still hanging in there, but definitely looking more and more worse for wear as the arrows continue piling up. Meanwhile, your Proteus and the snake are biting out towards each other. You hear the hissing and the growling from behind you.
Nice. I don't think I have anything else. Just a
Okay.
very simple turn.
Callie, death save. All right. And goal. Your turn. You're muted.
I'm gonna stick to this one leg that I've kind of been hammering at. I'm gonna hack at it again with my sword.
Okay.
No, I'm not. Natural one.
Oh. Swinging forward, sort of quasi recklessly, you hit and unfortunately just recovering from his paralysis Taelu. Go ahead and roll damage.
No. Don't do it. Oh, dear.
6 points of damage. Luckily, I
Okay.
didn't roll very well on that one either.
Nice. Bonus action?
Yeah, I'm gonna use a key point again and do 2 unarmed strikes.
Mhm.
I like pause for a second, like 17 for the first one, and 20 not natural for the second one.
How would you like
Both.
to do this?
Oh yeah. I'm trying to think of how the anatomy of this thing works. So I'm gonna like grab a hold of one of the legs, and I'm just gonna be like whack, and snap it right at the joint. And as it falls towards me, doing that, I'm just gonna like run my fist right into the abdomen of the creature.
Nice. You feel you just like split part of the scales and the skin as your fist just comes partially through the center of it, and you hear one last like as it dies. Very nice. So that is goal taking care of that, which skips my turn next, which was going to be fun. Talum, it is now you.
Can I move back to where Callie's at without and avoid the fire, like in the areas maybe that it burnt through more, or is it just an inferno at this point?
Yeah, you can, but you'll have to go more out of your way, and you will not get there this turn.
What about any of the other spiders or anything on the way there?
They're also on the other side of the flames, so similar situation.
I guess I'll just make my way. If it seems like the spiders are pretty well occupied with my allies, I will probably just make my way carefully around. I am like probably like staggering and bleeding from the eyes at this point because I have a single hit point, and
Oh my
Dan
God.
almost took me down 6 out of 7. So yeah, I was lucky. I'm gonna kind of stagger through the flames and try to find Callie in the darkness and move that way if I can.
Okay. Yeah, moving around the flames, you like eventually sort of through your full movement here, you do start to see off in the distance like this snake and Proteus like nipping back and forth over an unconscious body of Callie that is clearly bleeding out. That will be it for your turn, Father T.
Yes. So I am unconscious but stable and paralyzed, right?
You are awake, but
I'm awake
I
but
think
paralyzed.
is that right, Garrick? Oh, I see.
Okay.
In that case, go ahead and roll a con save anyway, because you're still fighting the poison.
Okay. Natural one.
Okay. So you are still paralyzed, still having a rough time of it, unfortunately.
I can remove paralysis, just not from myself.
Yeah. All right. You luckily though the flames have not gotten any closer to you just yet, so that's good. So that brings up the remaining 2 spiders, one of which will go ahead and target Ileana, who has come into his purview recently. 12 does not hit you, Ileana. Right. The other spider is going to continue his relentless campaign against Aiken and is actually going to hit for once. It's going to be a 23 to hit you, Aiken.
I think so.
Perfect. 5 points of piercing damage, and go ahead and roll a Constitution saving throw.
13.
Okay, 13, no problem from the con save. You do take the 5 points, though. Which brings up Mr. Snake, who is going to once again attack Proteus, and probably going to hit unnatural 20 on Proteus.
Yep, that hits.
And that is 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
All right. And with that, we are back to the bottom with Ileana. Okay. Okay, you flip it over and begin carving at it with like the damp light of the flames behind you as your guide. Go ahead. Sure, yeah, of course. Roll both an intelligence check with advantage and then a dexterity check with advantage. Okay. Carving in and sort of performing this surgery as you just like open its chest cavity. You're like having to like break the exoskeleton of the creature to get within it, carving around. You find a single green gem that it has ingested. Okay, you do. Nope.
It's not an Infinity Stone.
Oh. All right, Aiken, your turn.
I think I'm gonna end this. There's two spiders left, right?
Yes, sir. And
Gonna
a snake.
have- Oh, there's still a snake. Okay. Well, Proteus is gonna go for the snake then. Never mind. I guess I won't
Okay.
be ending this. Man, 13.
13 does hit.
Oh, nice. 6 damage on the snake,
Okay.
and then gonna just keep going at it with this spider guy right here.
The 1v1 of the century.
Yeah. 24.
All right, and you are finally able to kill it.
Okay.
Which brings up Callie for another death save. Goal, your turn.
I'm gonna see if I can help Father T.
Okay. Do you have any way of doing so, or are you just gonna try and do whatever you can?
I've got that healing potion, the questionable healing potion.
Okay. You want to feed it to him?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Go ahead and roll a percentile die.
25.
25. Okay. Feeding it to him, you don't notice any negative effects nor any positive effects.
Okay.
Thanks for trying.
I'm like looking, waiting.
All right. So Talum, your turn.
Seeing these snakes, whichever one's closest to Callie, I'm gonna go after and take some swings at it.
There's only one snake left, so
Okay,
easy
that
choice.
is what I will do. And I'll go ahead and do it recklessly because why not?
Okay.
Okay, so that first attack will be like a 19.
Okay,
And then
that
I
is.
will use my frenzy to do the bonus attack. And that will be a 17.
Okay, both hit.
It's gonna take 34 damage combined with my 2 attacks.
God. Yeah, you decimate it. Yeah, fairly easily, just hack it into 3 pieces with 2 fell swoops. Feeling pretty good about that. So that's everything for you. Father T, it is now your turn once again.
This is the one I can feel it.
Maybe.
13?
Yes, 13. You feel yourself waking up, your paralysis finally being taken care of, the poison finally leaving your system. However, that is the end of your turn.
Take that as my potion worked a little bit.
Yeah, of course. Nice. The final spider is going to sort of be like climbing around and looking like it's no longer interested in the combat and attempting to flee. Ileana, your turn. Go ahead and roll for that attack. Okay, 15 hits, yeah. All right, you take out the final of the combatants here. Meanwhile, Ileana, you're staring deeply into this gemstone. And for the first time since your beginning of your new life, you feel some sort of connection with something. Like there's a memory just out of reach. There's something here. You feel confident that you're on the right path, that you need to keep finding these things. So you can learn why exactly you don't have any of the memories that you hoped you would. And yeah, so that is Ileana's turn. Aiken back up at the top.
Isn't Allie unconscious?
Yes.
I'm gonna go see if I can give her a hand.
Okay,
Everything's
go ahead
dead,
and roll
right?
medicine.
Just to...
Yes, everything's dead.
This is a medicine check, right?
Yes.
7.
Okay. Unfortunately, not able to wake her up. Callie, death save. She's still breathing though.
Could Proteus roll a medicine?
Nah, he's not very adept at healing.
Fair enough.
Goal, your turn.
Was he able to be successful with Callie?
No.
Okay,
And
I'm
then
gonna
she
go
made
over
another
and
death save.
I'm gonna go over and try to help with her.
Roll a medicine check.
16.
Okay, and that is good enough. She was 2 and 2 in death
Oh
saves
my
there.
god, dude.
So very glad to see that she was able to survive it. You're able to like patch her up a little bit, feeling good after your last potion's success, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And with Callie finally being brought back to the land of the living, we were gonna have to pick up there next time, as we
Nice.
have defeated this odd entity, this